Alright, so I'm gonna let you know where you shouldn't buy from Carvana and or car selling places like it as a whole. I have a study here I had to do for a second opinion. The car needs an engine and so much more, and we're going to show you why in this video. And we're going to show you why I feel Carvana should make me whole on my customer who has had this car about 8 months so far from buying it. They have only put 5,000 miles on this vehicle. So, not even that. I had 95 when they bought it. It's got 100 now. So, yeah, I guess about a 5. That's a little over 5,000 miles. Haven't even gotten 10 out of this vehicle from Carvana. I'm going to let you know why. I'm going to let you know why the engine's bad. I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to back up my research, back up another shop came to a similar conclusion, and so that's what we're going to do. And I'm posting this video as a beware and don't get scammed by Carvana, please. And we're going to come back and we'll talk to you later. Alrighty. Alright. So here we are. We're going to show you, go through what happened to this poor Kia. It's a 2016 Kia Sorento. So here it is on Carfax. Alright, let's make this bigger and zoom in. It's old. Okay? That's old. This is from Carvana themselves. I pulled it from them. These are others for sale. Carvana. Let's go in. You'll love this Kia Sorento. Of course, I'm sure we will. Now, let's see if it'll give a date on their vehicle check here, but I'm sure it will. But there we go. And I'm going to mention this here. I want you to look at something here because I want you to memorize these 4 recalls, particularly this one, the PI 1802. This is where this comes into play, okay? Tail, exterior, interior, under the hood, they have 42 points, supposedly. Now, I want to note that they open recalls right here. Will provide free services. Roll away a faulting shift lever. Okay. That's on my list. That was number 1. They mention it. Which is transmission shift lever is the remedy. Do it free of charge as a necessity. Trailer tow hitch harness. Well, he didn't tow, and I don't know. I didn't notice a trailer hitch on this vehicle, so it's kind of a moot point. This is everything. This is the only 2 they mentioned. Remedy. But either way, they needed to be addressed. It didn't get. Additional coverage, yada, yada, yada. How long calculator support. This is where we go. So there's number 1. Okay. Now let's actually go into, I blew up the recalls here. It's kind of a moot point because I figured out how to blow up their whole thing. So, but as you can see, only 2. Here is the car care that I pulled from Carfax Garage. I added it to Carfax Garage, and I pulled some care off of this guy. This is my owner. Got the car and had it done. He got it at 95. Didn't have 3,000. He had the oil changed. Had the oil changed again. Want to get some check engine lights looked at. This was the first estimate. It has had no more miles since then. The 102,555. As you can see, he got it at 95,000. There we go. He hadn't put 10,000 miles on it yet. Last owner did this. Walmart. Walmart. He bought it 9/3 of 24. This vehicle started having problems in May. So as you can see, that's, yeah, not even close to a year. I think I was a little off when I said 8 months. I think it was less than 8 months, but I digress. Let's go on here. It's been well serviced. Key for Kia. Walmart. I'm not saying the actual last owner was good, but at least they kept the oil changed. I don't like quick lube shops like Walmart. We will get into that. Whatever. You see this point here. You have got to read through. You see this. Now, I'm going to show you more stuff. It's going to go into my study here. So here we actually get into their inspection. Let's just do this. Alright. This is easier for me. Alternator ignition. Fuel system up. Fuel filter, radiator. Coolant and recovery tank, AC. Cooling fan operation. Coolant hoses, power steering. Engine valve noise. Didn't have that at the time. Transmission mount. There are bad ones, and I'm going to show you. I've got pictures. Engine condition. Visual verification. Tread depth, tires. Yeah. Not even here for that. Wheels, lug nuts. Engine oil leaks. Transmission leaks. Cracks. They screwed that one. They screwed this one. Screwed this. Let's see, those two. So we're going to keep going. Proper ride height. Versus struts, absorber linkage. Bushing condition. They screwed that one too, and I'm going to show you. They did not check it, because if they had checked for the converter shield or any other shield, they would have found that it was just soaked in oil. And I'm going to show you that. It does not meet emission standards because there was a recall on it. That is wrong. Headlight operation? No. There's a recall on it. Okay. So, we're going to keep going here. Wheel gauge, super gauge. Warning lights work. Dash light operation. Audio system. Bluetooth. Rear camera. It's all bullshit happy stuff. It makes stupid people buy cars. I'm going to let you know, do not buy a Hyundai or a Kia, but we're going to get into this. This is why you don't let them buy. That's why you don't buy from Carvana or the weird online places sight unseen like Carvana. But we're going to get into load release. Engine idle. Fluid. This is, they even had fluid leaks while engine's running. So they supposedly check this thing twice for fluid leaks. So I don't know who's doing their inspections at Carvana, but he'd be screwed. So this guy that bought this, poor unsuspecting son of a gun that bought this car, he is a veteran. He has a family. Counting on this car to get him around, it did not. And we're going to go from here, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So, car's brought in for some lights on. Here we go. These are the lights. These are the codes. B12800 for the thermostat. And I had a camshaft position actuator. So we found the vehicle when we fired it up. Let's show you what was found. Let's open up this video here. Alright. Ready for this? There we go. There's knocking. Now I'm going to show you something. They said there were no oil leaks. This has been drawn out here. Look at the oil. I didn't start just 3 or 4 months ago. Didn't start 6 or 8 months ago. That oil's been there for a little bit. Oil's been there for a few years. So that's number 1. Let's move to number 2. I'm going to show you this exhaust seal. No tooth sensor here. Look at the oil just coating this exhaust sensor here. Look at that. And look at it coming out of the valve cover. That's backside of the valve cover there, okay? Again, this is now underneath the engine. This is the underneath where that shield was. Look at all the oil down here. Look at this axle and everything. Again, that didn't start yesterday. There's more oil. Again, oil leaks didn't start yesterday. This motor mount is bad. It's collapsed on itself. I said they checked them, right? Look at the cracks in this bushing, and it's actually coming apart. So, I said the bushings were free from cracks. They missed that one. I'm telling you, the level of incompetence. Now, this is that same bushing above there. Look at all the oil built up. That doesn't happen overnight. They screwed that one. Let's go next. This is where the half shaft goes in the transmission. Look at all the oil covered. That doesn't happen overnight. Now, let's go next. This is a transmission mount here. It is all swollen and just rubbery and gooey from what the oil has done to it. Very bad. It's not great. But you can see all the oil all over coating. This oil leak did not start happening here. Now the oil leak was not the engine failure. Okay? Engine failure was they have a recall with a rod knock. Now because that recall was not done, there's no engine replacement for this poor guy. And he didn't even know to do it because Carvana didn't even mention it. So, this is what I found out. This is the chain of events that happened. Carvana, you dropped it. You screwed up, screwed our client over, screwed up. Only thing they mentioned in the report was this, the shift labor. They screwed the pooch on the emissions, they screwed the pooch on the headlights, the anti-theft, and the engine update. Screwed the pooch on all of those. And so, if anyone knows Carvana, so there's our report, there's our chain of events. That oil did not happen yesterday. It was pouring oil when Carvana sold that car. The end. Now, alright, so, as I was saying, this shit didn't happen yesterday. It was going on when Carvana sold the car. It was leaking when they sold the car to this guy. This poor guy read the thing stating there was an inspection. There was not an inspection. The Couldn't have been. It couldn't have been that good of an inspection. Look at the oil all over this thing. This oil didn't happen yesterday. Their inspection lied. Either someone didn't do their inspection, isn't doing their job, in which case they need fired. And Carvana, you need to figure out, reach out, and take care of my client. Someone knows someone at Carvana, you should bring this to their attention. Otherwise, until stuff like this has been addressed, I cannot in good conscience recommend anyone buy a car from Carvana at all. I can't. You shouldn't buy one. It's horrible. You're going to get screwed. You're going to take it in the butt getting screwed. And Carvana's just going to walk down the road happy with your paycheck. And there's nothing you can do. In addition, because of this engine failure issue, now, I am not real familiar with Kias and Hyundais. I was a GM certified service technician. I have played with Lincolns. I've worked on Ford trucks. I know about the 5.4s. I know about their timing chain issues. They're blowing spark plugs out. Yada, yada, yada. But in addition, I would say, because of what I know, stay away from Hyundai and Kia. Now, I do know how the Kia guy here, when I called their customer service number, was extremely nice. I'll give him credit to that. He was very helpful with information. However, because that was not done, this client is now, this veteran, I want to point out, a veteran served in the military, is no longer liable or able to get an engine from Kia. So, anyways, that's where we stand. Don't buy from Carvana. Don't buy from Carvana at all. Just go support your local dealer. And even then, while supporting your local dealers, they can be crooked. Get a second opinion. You've got to have a shop you trust. And if you trust that dealer and you're taking your car to them and you're buying a car from them, don't let them do the pre-inspection. Find an independent shop. Look under it on the rack. Do stuff. I will get a video out of how to select a car when you buy it. I've got one of those that I'm working on how to pick a used car, how to go through it. I've also got another video that I need to do that hasn't been done just because there's a bunch of stuff going on in my world right now. For ABS sensors for the Lincoln, those need to get installed. I need to shoot a video on that. So that's what's going on. Y'all have a wonderful day. I do appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Leave a comment, please. Leave comments down if you have had a similar issue out of Carvana. And so if I want to hear your experiences. Anyways, thank you.